Good morning, traders. Hope you're all doing well. Brand new day, Tuesday Anglican setups on the 19th October. If you're new to this channel, if you're new to this morning analysis, stay tuned. We'll be going through Aussie dollar, pound dollar, euro dollar, maybe GJ if we have some time, and we'll be breakdown of what we can potentially look at today. Now, some of you are excited for this video, so let's jump right into it. First of all, looking at GU 1 hour time frame, I've noted the most obvious areas of liquidity for myself. So we've swept above this high. We now also swept above this high with this wick towards the upside. But it's not necessarily enough to just sweep it. So I have a few scenarios in mind. The first one is price sweeping this high and then moving down towards this 1 hour or a block zone down here. We have some imbalance to fill here as well. And we need to now see how we're going to reach that area down there. Potentially, we will see some down movement today, but it's not guaranteed we have bullish momentum. So let's not go against the trend. But if we get the confirmation, we can definitely try it out. So on the 15 minutes, this is now quite an important time frame, we have our Asian session. And looking at the Asian session, we can see price is super trending throughout the Asian session. So we had a lot of momentum in the Asian session. If we just take this tool, this one, and we want to see where is the premium discount on this leg towards the upside. We can see below the red line is our 50% mark, but we can also now note that this is the main swing, and also this swing started from there. So that's more an accurate representation of what is the current swing leg, because this is the leg that broke structure to the left. If you look, you can see we broke structure to the left. So ideally, I would anticipate price to move lower today. I'm not sure how far, but ideally, I would want to see price reach for this order block. But again, there's no imbalance there as well. So it's a bit of a questionable situation for myself. You maybe have more experience and then you know exactly what you want to do. But for me, I'm not exactly sure what I want to see happening. I do think I want to see some shorts play out, but we'll definitely need to first create some more structure and then break that structure. We kind of need to see we create more structure and we break that structure. We pull back, maybe towards an order block, sweep liquidity, and then go down low. So I'm looking for something like this to happen first to give me a high probability setup. If we don't see that, we'll kind of just have to reevaluate, because price is still bullish. We can still continue on towards the upside. We still have areas the price can react off of and just continue going higher. So we need to be mindful of what is price doing at this current moment. So that's why it's important to note the 1 hour, note where's the 1 hour liquidity, and only take those high probability setups within the 1H. So this is a very good area, I think, for price to be drawn to reach into. Not necessarily sure it's gonna bounce off of this zone, but potentially drawn to this area. And also, then I'm just this zone above me. I think it's a daily. Yes, it's a daily, but I'm gonna refine it to a 4 hour area just so that we can have a bit more clarity. We can probably refine first towards this candle, this area. Potentially, price could be going deeper into this area. And if we just go to the 1 hour, if we just spend some more time on this, this is a nice area. So that on the 1 hour is a good area for sales, I believe. This order block, sell, candle, thingy thing over there. That would then typically be where I do think price could continue up to. So first of all, I think I'm still more bullish than bearish. I would want to see price continue higher. So now for me, it's all about getting an entry, getting that retracement, and then getting that entry. But on the 15 minute, we don't have any imbalance, and that's an important part to me. Though this does look good, but the problem I have with this candle that broke, you see, we did. This is very key. We pushed up, but we didn't break any structure. Then we pulled back, and then we broke up towards the upside. But there's no real structure breaks happening in there. But seeing that it's also in the premium and not below the red line, it's also a red flag for me. So I would want to buy below the red line if we just go to the 15 minutes. Probably we could then see some better stuff in here. I do like this area still. These two sell candles before the buy towards the upside. So I do value this area. I do think that this could be a area for me to take a buy from if price does come down and we create some liquidity and we create the entry pattern that I'm looking for. So that doesn't mean you can't be looking for sells if price gives us that confirmation to take the sell towards the downside. So if we see something like this, a shift in character, a shift in structure, with price starting to move towards the downside, then obviously, yes, we can start looking for those sells and then prepare for sells up into this area at least, and then look again for the buying opportunities back towards the upside, because I do think we can go higher into this zone and potentially we could even reach the 50% mark. So if we just place a line in here and we just put a number on it, we have that line, and we just place a number, nice round number. So that is definitely an obvious area for me for price to reach into if we are to go higher. So that's now more refining the week for the rest of the week. This is not necessarily just going to happen today. So watch this video, keep it in mind, and look at it again and see how far off we are or how correct we are if we're doing this, if we're seeing it the right way. So definitely some opportunities coming up. We just need to note also London Open, Frankfurt Open. We have Frankfurt Open over there, and then London Open 1 hour after that. So if you're not sure at the timing, you can just pause the video and see the times that I did, and note that it is GMT +2 or UTC +2, and just convert it to your own time, your own time zone. So we'll definitely be looking for some volume or influx of volume happening at the session openings to give us then that push towards the downside to tap this area, mitigate the 50 below the 50%, mitigate the 50% of this down candles before the up movement. So yes, that's what I'm looking for currently on GU. So let's jump to EU. Let's see what's the situation over here. Okay, so we tried this. I did take a short over here. Quickly break that down. So initially, if you remember the morning analysis, no, it's the weekly analysis, I wanted to see price come down into this area, but we didn't see that happening. Instead, we saw price just pull down, didn't even tap anything, probably just filled some of this imbalance and then moved towards the upside. So that is important to note as well. So we break down that short. It was on the lower time frames. Sorry if it looks confusing. So it was a winning trade, but didn't close it when we started to consolidate in this area. So basically, we had this imbalance zone on the 15 minutes. We had price sweep the highs into that area, and I took a short from there. And at this zone over here, we closed out just to make sure that we secure the trade. So that was the good trade. So I'm happy with that. But just looking at the 1 hour now, let's just have a quick look at what we're currently seeing. So currently we just blasted through this area. So take that away. We take this away. Now, I'm just going to put a line on this high, knowing that we did sweep and break above this high. And potentially we could be looking for some sort of retracement. If we just look at the 1 hour, this is a zone or area where the whole move originated from. So this is quite an important area. And we can also place the tool on here, and we can see anything below the 50%, below the red line is where we would want to see price move into. So price could even just push down, react from this area, from this imbalance area. So price doesn't need to go all the way down. It just needs to rebalance, and anything below the 50% I count as being rebalanced, and then just continue up higher. So what this is now creating is we're creating now new liquidity. So this is now a new liquidity area, a new liquidity high for price to either reach for or pull back, and then later on reach for that area as shown with this arrow. But there's also this order block down here where this initial break in the structure occurred. So it does look healthy for price to return all the way down into this area and then move up higher. If we see price correctively moving down, that will be good because then as we move correctively, we're creating trend line liquidity. If we see then a pattern forming down here, we take the long. We have all this trend line liquidity to sweep and then the previous high. So that's something that could be quite amazing, something that could be helpful. So currently, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking for price for today to come down lower. So I'd be looking for reversal patterns on the upside. So we can already see Asian session just pushed towards the upside. We created this high, then we started pushing towards the downside. Currently, there's no real structure to break. So this is the last obvious structure to break, but this might already be too late. So that's why it's important to wait for it to see if price does create some minor substructure in this area and then breaks that substructure, pulls back towards an area of interest, and then take the sell. So that's why it's important to wait because price could develop very nicely and give us some very nice opportunities. And we need to really be um, waiting for that, not just taking any long opportunity. Because we can also see these zones, price could still respect it and then continue up towards the upside. We have this small one over here. Interesting to see what is price going to do in this area. Is it going to react and then push towards the upside? We're not sure yet what's going to happen, but I know what I want to see happening. The question is, will we see it happening today? So I know I want to see price going lower, so potentially looking for some shorts. Let's just have a quick look at the 4 hour. Very nice bullishness closure above this high. We have this 4 hour order block there as well. I do think it is in order to see a pullback, maybe not super long pullback, but maybe a retracement and then a continuation further towards the upside because we still have this area. It was out of reach, but it's becoming coming back in reach, and we have that imbalance, that previous high. So that does look very nice for me for price to go up there. So I'm looking for price to go higher. The only question is, do we take shorts into as a retracement, which is more lower probability? So I would advise you to rather look for longs, only longs. And again, I can't tell you exactly where to take it from because it's just a very big push towards the upside. There's no real. This is the only real full body candle area that I do like, and then obviously this one on the 1 hour as well. So yes, I'll leave that up to you to decide exactly what you want to do. But thinking for price to go lower and then go up higher because the 4 hour does look for me like this is a juicy area for price to reach into. Let's just want to see something. Yes. Okay, so that is then euro dollar. I know it's a bit confusing maybe, but that's what I'm currently looking at. So let's have a quick look at Aussie dollar. What is happening over here? We're bullish. We're pushing up towards the upside. This makes me think that the dollar index is probably weakening as well, creating some strength for the other pairs. Absolutely, I would want to see price sweep this area. So bullishness for Aussie dollar on the 4 hour. So let's just look at the 15 minutes. Possibly looking for a retracement and then a continuation high. But all the pairs are super extended, so it's really tricky to know whether we should wait, emphasis on wait for a reversal, or just take any and all continuation patterns. So that's currently where I am a bit struggling. Not sure. Like on the 5 minute, this zone, very nice full body candle, strong structure break, and we have the imbalance there as well. So if we can now create some liquidity coming down, sweep into that liquidity, tap into the order block, and then a move up higher. That's definitely something that I would be looking at. So keep this in mind, keep this zone in mind. It might give you a setup today. But then, okay, so here we have a full body candle. Yeah, immediately we don't have a strong push up, but then we have this big push up. There's no real imbalance around the order block. So this does look cleaner compared to this area. So if you look at it, you can really see that this area does look better than that area. Yep, yes, that is then currently what I'm looking at. So Aussie dollar, I'm not a fan of very much today. So potentially GU is the better one. If we actually, I'm not sure. It does look rather confusing So we'll need to see some good confirmation, clear confirmation, get some alerts. So in this case, what I would do is, because I want to be buying from a discounted price, I want to be get in at a good price, I will set an alert probably just below the 50% of this leg up. That okay, I'm looking for buys now. Um, Also with pound yen, so pound dollar, we're looking for buys at this area, so we'll have an alert just above it to signal me that okay, I'm going to look now for longs. If I have time and get an entry pattern, then I will look. But if prices just continues up high without even giving me a good entry pattern, then you know there's no trades, and a missed trade or no trade day is better than a losing trade day. Keep that in mind. Okay, that is it from me, guys. Hope you all have a wonderful day and wonderful week ahead. I will be active in the chats a bit, see where I can help, where I can respond to messages. But if I don't, have a great day, be safe, and see you all in the next one. Have a nice one. Bye.